Hey guys, I'm Sebastian from Tundra Lifestyle, and today I'm gonna cover the top things I personally would do to a third gen Tundra, or any Tundra in general. Now, just for a little bit of context, I personally daily drive a first gen Tundra and I love it. My dad drives a second gen Tundra, and for as long as I can remember, all our family has had were Tundras. I love my first gen Tundra. It's an incredible vehicle. Now this behind me, obviously not a first gen Tundra or a second gen Tundra. This is my boss Connor's third gen Tundra that is completely built out. But because of content purposes here, I drive this vehicle a lot for work. So I've had plenty of experience taking it off-road and driving it around town. And these are the top things that I would do if this were my truck. One of the most important things I recommend is doing good wheels and good tires. So the setup that we're currently running here is a BF Goodrich KM3, so that's our mud terrain tire right here, on a 17-inch wheel. So it's a 37 by 12.5 on a 17-inch rim. Now this is a big tire, so fitment isn't always the easiest when you jump up to bigger sizes like 37 and into 40s. For all the Toyota guys out there, we know that 40s aren't really super easy to fit for us. 37s aren't easy either. But because of a lift that we did inside, we were able to fit these. If you don't want to mount something as big as a 37, these third gens will mount a 35 very easily with a very minimal lift, just kind of go straight on. These have been incredible. This mud terrain tire just locks up off-road. This truck has gone on plenty of off-roading trails. I've never had a blowout of the side on my tire. I swear they're the best. So on this vehicle, we've chose to go with a Method race wheel. Now Method has been around for a long time and they're a very trusted wheel, and these things have been just that. All right, so the next thing that I recommend is a roof rack. So roof racks aren't what they used to be. Back in the day, roof racks used to be big, bulky, heavy, not crazy strong, and worst of all, so loud on top of your car. These new generation of roof racks are tough, lightweight, and with new wind deflector designs, they're significantly quieter. Now on this vehicle, we are running a Prinsu roof rack, but Prinsu's not the only ones that make it. Sherpa also makes a really great option for these Tundras, and honestly, starting off the bat, it looks great. But that's not why I put it on here. It's not just because of how it looks. So the reason that I chose a roof rack is for practicality. Now, when you put one of these on, options of mounting are limitless. On this vehicle, we have two massive Roam cases that can hold tons of storage, as well as a light bar. But like I said, whatever you want to mount up here, you're free to mount up here. It just makes everything so much easier when you have this mounting capability just right on top of your truck. All right, while I'm up here, we'll cover our next mod. For me, lighting is important. I'm the type of guy that when I go camping, I don't have a designated camping spot picked out. I just kind of figure it out when I get there. And 9 times out of 10, that means I don't pull into camp till about 12 o'clock, 1 a.m., which isn't the best way to plan things out. But something that saved me on the trail, lighting. Now, this truck has a lot of lighting. If I couldn't live without just one, I say a light bar. A light bar mounted to a roof rack gives you a huge spread of light that is just crucial for being on these trails. Every other light option that you see on this vehicle has a purpose and works well and adds extra to that. But most necessary is a light bar. On this truck, we're running the Diode Dynamics SS5 CrossLink. So this is the 7-link crossable light bar. We're running it in amber floods, and this is the Pro model. This is the brightest light bar I have ever seen. We got our first one of these light bars on our company Tacoma about 1.5 years ago, and on the very first trail, I was driving behind one of our guys, Colby, and he had to pull off the side of the road and make me go in front just because of how gnarly this light bar is. It was pitch black on the trail. His truck was fully loaded, but it was that bright. I couldn't recommend one of these anymore. A light bar is crucial. All right, so the next mod is some sort of lift. So whether you do a full suspension lift or you want to do something a little bit more simple, a little bit more affordable, kind of like what we did here, this truck came with box suspension, which is already good. So we didn't need to do a full suspension kit right away. So what we ended up doing is a puck lift. Gave us about an extra 2.5 inches, which was perfect to put me up just to get that additional clearance. Okay, so as you can tell, this truck has gotten a lot of love. There's a ton of modifications all over this truck, but one area that I feel hasn't really been modified at all is the interior of the vehicle. Now these third gens, especially the TRD Pro models, come with a really nice interior. Big screens, comfortable climates. It's a great truck. One thing that I think they're lacking, interior lighting. These map lights right here are dim, and I've made fun of Connor about it for a while now. But Miso Customs makes an interior lighting kit that replaces these OEM ones with exposed LEDs. So not only are you gonna get more light output, but these Miso Custom lights also come with a red light feature. A red light feature is good for when you're camping at night, doesn't attract bugs, and it also doesn't affect your night blindness. So when your eyes adjust to the dark, they become dilated. And when your pupils are dilated and you turn on a white light, you're just gonna blind yourself. But by having a red light feature, that is a problem of the past. Now when you open up your car door, you'll have just these red lights that come down and be able to maintain your night vision. These Miso lights are super easy plug and play install, and honestly, at this point, I might just do it for Connor myself. All right guys, and that wraps us up. Those are the top things that I recommend that you should do to your Tundra. This thing drives great. It's an incredible vehicle. I've loved it. If any of these mods caught your eye, we'll link them down in the description below to be available for purchase at tundralifestyle.com. Again, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.